Hey, in this video we are going to see how to host a Angular web application on AWS S3. So basically we are going to take an Angular application, create deployable artifacts out of it and upload them to S3 and host it as a publicly available website. We will need a few things pre-installed as such on our machine. So we need Node.js, not for Node per se, but for NPM, which is the Node Package Manager. And we also need Angular CLI. If you don't have them installed, I think you can head right away to Node website and download the LTS, which is the long-term support version. Choose whichever suits your operating system. And once that is installed, you can go to angular.io /CLI. Copy over this command. This is just the npm command to install the CLI interface on your system. So uh, that's all we need actually to go ahead with this uh, tutorial. And I assume you have a little bit of experience on Angular and you have a AWS account as well. So yeah, if you don't have one, I would say you can create one. Actually, the best way to learn is by doing it. So I would suggest, like, if you don't have these things installed or don't have an AWS account, you pause the video right here, get set up, and then resume. And S3, it comes under AWS free tier. It has yeah, quite a good amount of capacity available for free tier. So you should be good for this tutorial. Although when you set up an AWS account, it asks for credit or debit card information. You can provide that, but rest assured for this thing, you won't be charged anything by AWS. So let's go ahead and look at the steps. So as I said, we will create an Angular app, package it for prod. Then we'll create a S3 bucket and we will set it up for hosting. Then upload our Angular app onto it. So let's get right into it. I'll open the Angular app which I have created. I'll post the link below in description for GitHub and you can download it from there. So I'm using VS Code here, but you can use any editor of your choice. So let's open the app. Um, First of all, I'll show what it does and then we'll walk through the code a little bit. So uh, I'll open the terminal, do ng-serve and let it load. So the application is running now. It says it's listening on localhost port 4200. So I'll read uh, go to browser localhost 4200 and it is a single page application. So all we are doing here is we are cooking up some awesomeness. We are showing a random fact here which is completely useless, and every time we refresh the page a new fact is shown. Pretty awesome, right? So this is the code structure. uh, like, it's very simple, super simple. So Angular application, as you know, like, it starts with index HTML. Let me get rid of the terminal here so we get a better view. Okay, so we just have one app. It calls like the app root, and the app component, it is, as you can see, it is a simple page here, and we are showing random fact here. So if I go to the class file, uh, we are just pulling up the random fact from the service call. I've created a service like app service, and it just calls a publicly available API to pull up a random fact. So this API is hosted on uselessfacts.jsph.pl. So this is what we are using as such. Uh, if I go to this particular website, paste it here. You see the site cannot be reached. So this is for the API, but I forgot to add .pl. So now you can see this is the API page, and yeah, we are just using the get method here, get random. So that's what we are doing. Now what we'll do is we'll build this app, and we will see how to host it on AWS. Let me go to the command prompt again. Sorry, to the terminal. Now if you have imported this app onto your desktop, so you will have to run npm install, so that it will create all the node dependencies, not node dependencies, sorry, Angular dependencies. It will install the dependency. It will take a few minutes. uh, I have already done that. So you see the node modules folder here, it lists down the bunch of dependencies. So once you do that, this node modules folder will get created. All we have to do to create the prod artifacts is run the command ng build. We can give the environment here like hyphen prod, but it's by default for prod. If you're doing dev or QA, you can put dev QA, provided that you have the configurations for those already set up. Here we just do ng build, and it will build it for prod. It'll take a little bit. So now the build is complete. If we look at our folder, you should see a new folder dist, that is the distribution folder, and in that we have a few files. I'll open that up in the Explorer so that we get a better view. So this is the demo app inside this, and these are all the files that it created. Like, pretty impressive. It's just less than 250 KB, sorry. So we will go ahead and see now how to host it on S3. So I'll go to the AWS console. um, I already logged into AWS management console. I'll go to S3 here. So go to the S3 dashboard. Now we want to create a bucket for this. So I'll go to create a bucket, specify a bucket name. So bucket name has to be globally unique. It's not just for your account across AWS. It has to be unique. Let's try to come up with something uh, which is like unique. My Angular AWS demo app. Okay, I'll just copy this. So we'll find out whether this was unique or not. So we'll go through the properties, configuration, ACL disabled. I think best practice is to enable it. Uh, we'll skip it for now. We'll keep it disabled. It's recommended as well. This is uh, for public access. We want our website to be publicly available. So I'll uncheck this and acknowledge the fact that I know, yeah, I'm doing this purposefully. Bucket versioning disabled. Everything else is fine. I'll go and create bucket. Um, so it was unique. it did create the bucket, did not give any warning. So this is the app bucket. So we'll go inside it. Then um, we have to do a couple of things here. So I'll go and do the permissions. So we have to update the bucket policy so that even though we have made it publicly available, uh, the bucket per se, but all the resources we have to enable the S3 get operation on them. So I'll go and click edit here, and we have to provide the access. I'll just copy paste something here. So we are allowing the S3 get action on this bucket. So copy the bucket name and replace this with the bucket name. Uh, and this star, it says like on all the resources in this bucket. We are allowing this operation. Go ahead and save this. I'll post this JSON snippet inside GitHub as well so that you can also just copy and paste it. And we'll go to properties. uh, as we are hosting a website, so if I scroll right down onto it, it says static website hosting disabled. I'll click edit here and we will enable it. I'll ask a bunch of things like, yeah, we want to host a static website. Angular default page is index.html as well. We do not have any error document, we do not have any redirection rules at this point, so I'll just go ahead and save it. So it's pretty much set up, except for we don't have the files. So I'll go to the objects tab and we'll just go ahead and upload the files. I'll drag and drop all the files from here. And click on upload. So it's showing the status. Once everything is success, we will say close here. All the files are uploaded. I'll go to properties again. We'll scroll all the way down, and as you see here, this is the URL. This is the URL for our website. So let's click and see what happens. All right, we are live, guys. So uh, it is hosted on S3. It is calling the API. It is pulling it up, um, and yeah, can enjoy the facts, random useless facts endlessly. All right, I guess that's it. Now we will go ahead. You can play around a little bit here and there, make changes to the Angular app. One thing which I wanted to share is if you are hosting a REST service on your local, then you might have a local host here which you would have to replace it because S3 is going to call the service, so you will have to replace it with the server name. So the server host has to be replaced in case you are calling something else. For this one, we are calling a public API, so that's fine. Now, once you're done playing around and all, um, I recommend you just go ahead and clean up. So what you'll have to do is select all, hit delete. It will ask for confirmation. As you say, permanent permanently delete. Click on delete objects. Once everything is deleted in the bucket, you go ahead, go to the buckets tab, select the bucket, delete that as well. It's not necessary to delete as such, but you know, there's digital waste out there. So better to campsite and hit delete bucket. That's it. Is how to host a Angular site. Hope you liked it. Please provide feedback in the comments below. But thank you.